what I did for that, and kind of how I was talking to you last week about sailing on social media, quotations, is I use those opportunities, especially if I haven't like really got them to jump on board with the 3 steps. Maybe I haven't even sent them a sample yet. I use those opportunities to get people started on Sculpt, Balance, some of our lower priced things that obviously once they have the 25 off. And Mama Val and I were talking about this because she's in her VIP run, about how I like to use the retail price, the high retail price. Okay. Because once you get somebody in and you start talking to them, that's when you should explain, well, this is at least what I do, right? I like to explain then, okay, auto ship. Our auto ship program is really flexible. I actually just sent her a script to use for this too, and I can drop it in the chat. But I tell people, for example, balance is $52, right? Right now with this sale, it's going to be 19. And maybe you're like, how, right? Okay, well, once you sign in, and you click auto ship, and I always tell people our auto ship program is really flexible. It just gives you the opportunity to have 20% off. I don't tell them about pausing it and deleting it unless it's a make or break. I just say it's a flexible program. And I also say you're not tied down monthly. Because I know that's one of the big things in some of these other companies is like when you sign up for the auto ship, it's like 3 months and you have no choice to get out or you have to pay for it. Our program is really flexible. And I like to tell people it just helps you get that additional 20% off, which would then bring balance down to 44 minus the 25 is 19. So that's kind of why I like to start with the retail price of everything before it's on auto ship, especially when I'm talking to people about it. It just looks like a nice big chunk of savings for them. Also, because I had one girl, she was like, I don't want to do auto ship. Even after I explained all that to her, she still didn't want to do it. And she ended up purchasing Sculpt, not on auto ship, with her 25 off, which is fine. In my mind, I'm like, you don't want to save money, but whatever, to each their own, right? Maybe she thought I was lying about it. I don't know. But that's one of the things I like to do during this sale. And I wanted to start today with auditing your social media. I just had to go through and do mine. I was doing mine actually yesterday before the call. So before I knew that everything was going to be launched, I was in my social media. It's really important because I believe this wholeheartedly. And I've had it happen to me so many times, especially because I do a lot of selling on my social media. I'm not scared to talk to anybody about the product, about the business, about how much it costs. And you'll see me going live and packing trials. I'm not scared about that kind of stuff. But what will happen, and what has happened, is I'll get someone who goes, I'll just wait until, I just had it happen to me the other day, actually. She was like, I think I missed the $25 off sale, which just reminded me, I gotta reach out to her because she didn't miss it now. Okay, so she said, I'll just wait until the next thing comes. Well, I had a goal to meet for the end of the month. I don't got time for her to wait for the next thing that comes, right? So what I've learned to do is every time there is something like a sale that's going on and I'm done with the sale. So even when I did like the 12 days of Christmas, when I was done with the 12 days of Christmas, all those posts got taken down. And a little pro tip is I saved them, all the posts. I use Trello, but you could use notes. You could screenshot them. But I save all those posts. So then next year when 12 days of Christmas comes, I'm not sitting there thinking, wondering what I have to post. I can just use all 12 days from last year. But I take all those down so that if someone were to come to my page, yeah, Aaron, we all did. We took all of our $25 posts down and bam, it's back. But I feel like too, it helps people so it's not always looking like there's a sale going on your page. And for me, this last 25 off, I honestly did more reaching out about the coupon than I did posting about it. I felt like my posts were not going as far as me just having valid conversation with people. And I know we're here to talk about social media, but one of the things that helped me, especially the last day of the month when things were getting close, is I was reaching back out, and I sent this to, I think you, babe, Haas. There's a script, and I'll send it in the Hustle and Grow chat if you don't have it. But I went back to everyone that I had sent a birthday message to, and I said, hey, just wanted to let you know, Lavelle launched this promo. It's $25 off. You can choose a month from anything. And it had like weight loss capsules, it's one that Jess made, and it's got like just basic like skincare, healthy snacks, all this stuff. And people were like, yeah, sure, I'll take a month of that. Because it was like basically free. And at the bottom I put, it's like, it can be anywhere from 80 to 90% off or free. And I sent that to everyone, even if they'd never tried it. If they had a sample and they tried it and they never responded, I sent that out to everyone. So yeah, it is all in the follow-up. And that's why, I love social media so much, and I love meeting new people here. And I just think about today, it's Mama Val's birthday. So you can drop a happy birthday in the comments. But I thought about it when I was making her birthday post this morning for her. We met her online in a garage sale group, y'all, through like 15 other people. And now she's a part of our team. She's a part of our big family. Imagine the impact you can have on someone if you put your mind there. When you're meeting new people online, I know sometimes some people you're like, oh, this might be a little weird. Or like me, I'm introverted. So it's difficult for me to strike up conversations with people sometimes like that. But I think of how many people we can have an impact on in that same way. If I meet them inside a group, they friend me, they start liking stuff. Obviously too, Mom Val's a little open. She came to convention like after being in the business less than 30 days, practically by herself. Not everyone is like that, but think about how many people, when you add them to your page and they come check out your stuff, maybe they're looking for something you have. So that's the next thing I want to talk about too, is when so audit your stuff off your page as much as you can. Okay. Especially if you're doing, you're blasting out stuff during these sales that's going on, just make sure you're checking that out. The next thing is talking about your story. Have you shared about your story? And I think this is just nuts, but no, I'm being sarcastic by that. I've told you guys for so long, live video right now is absolutely slaying it against anything. Every time I make a post, I get like 20 people who like it, right? Yesterday, I sat at my table making trials talking about my Christmas tree, and I had like 300 views. And I was like, what the heck? What's going on? Live video is slaying it right now. And if you saw, I posted in the Hustle and Grow page some business. I was listening to a training yesterday, and she was giving out business scripts. And I loved the business scripts because I think it's so important that we ask the question. That's just how I am. I'm not the type, maybe you like to have a conversation about people and their dog and what they're doing this summer and what they're cooking for dinner. And to me, I'm just like, when are we gonna, like, let's get to the point, right? I like to come right out and say like, hey, would you be open to trying what I have? Are you open to this? Are you looking for that? So I loved these business scripts that she had. I added them to my boards and I added them to the page, the Hustle and Grow group in the social media guide. One of the things on there though, is a direction back to a video that talks about what you do or who you are, your story, right? Because you think about when someone asks you a question about it, where do you direct them? And yes, I have on that thing too. You can always direct them to the YouTube channel because Jess did a really good video on the opportunity. But I love, like, for example, and I have to make a new one today. I love being able to have a video, maybe like less than 5 minutes, of who I am, why I got in this. I have one on my YouTube channel and a little bit about my business. So that when someone asks like, hey, what is it that you do? I direct them right back to that video. And you can have that live video stored on your Facebook, like just do a Facebook Live. And all you have to do is copy and paste your URL into your milkshake. And then it's clickable. Like I have one right at the top of my milkshake, says, what do we do? When you click it, it sends you right to a video of me talking. I think it's just an important thing to think about, because if someone, especially if you're adding people to your network every single day, like I think that's probably top 3 DMO things you should do daily. Because again, you think about it, you could meet someone that knows someone in a garage sale site. It turns out to be a Valerie. Here you are, right? So adding people every single day. But when they come to your page, do they know about what you do? Have you posted about your story lately? Like even Shar, I saw her do her transformation. I absolutely loved, by the way, you look great. I thought to myself, that's amazing. But once a week, especially if you're adding through new people, so people can see exactly what your story is. And we sometimes more than sometimes, we say to ourselves, oh, well, they already know what we're doing. Or this is my favorite one when people say this, well, I haven't gone live in so long though. No one knows that except for you and me now. No, I'm just kidding. But you think about when you're adding new people every single day, they don't know that you haven't gone live in a week or in 2 weeks or a month, or you've never gone live. They don't know that unless they go snooping around, but they don't know that. So get that out of your head. Just do the do. And when I say to you, live stories are killing it right now, I'm sure Jess will chime in the comments or say something too. Every time I've gone live lately in the last week, I have someone asking about the product or the opportunity, even when I sit at my table and talk about Christmas trees. It's something about what's going on right now, even with the reels. I love the reels, don't get me wrong. And I think they're great, but there's something about live video that I enjoy because it's easier to talk to people. People can ask questions in the comments and you don't have to overthink the lives. Like you can do something super basic of you sitting down, packaging up trials, talking about your story. You could do something of unboxing. There is inside the Hustle and Grow page somewhere. I'm going to bump it when I find it. But there is a list of 70 live topics that you can choose from. So you could go 70 days, every single day if you wanted to. And I want you to, as much as you can, detach your emotion to how many people are on, how many views you have, attach your emotion to how consistent you're being. Attach your emotion to how I'm showing up every day in my business. Attach your emotion to the fact that you're doing the do to get the get. Because we all know that things in this business are not, well, lovely. Sometimes they are overnight and that makes me happy too, but it's the long-term goal for me. My live videos didn't start kicking off for probably a consistent year of me doing them. And then when the panoramic happened, they went down a lot. And that affected my immediate doing the do because I'm like, well, not a lot of people are on there. And I'm like, well, Sydnee, you know what? If one person gets on there and I change their life or they ask me about the product and I can help them in some way, shape, or form, that's one person. It's better than zero. So I just got my butt back up and started doing them again. So think about that when you're doing them, is how you can reach people, how many people you can reach, how it's also going to build your confidence. So I know here, there are so many of you guys on here that are absolutely slaying it with reels. I enjoy watching all of your reels. Most of the time when I see them, I just let them sit on my table and get a bunch of views for you. But I enjoy watching them and I love it. I love it. I love it because I know it's helping you build your confidence. I know it's helping you show up more. I know it's also, I think a lot of the thing about the reels and the lives for me, at least, is it's fun. I joined this business for fun. I enjoy doing all of this stuff. And for me to be able to do that with work and say, this is work and I also have fun and I also enjoy it, is just another reason that I absolutely love what we do. So think about that. Think about how in the next 24 to 48 hours, because I really wanted to give you guys a real task today, but then I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to switch it up. Oh, my computer just shifted on me. I'm going to switch it up and I want to give you guys a live task because I think sometimes too, we get so caught up in, Jess and I have this conversation all the time because sometimes you get so excited about all the stuff going on in social media. And then you're like, oh crap, I gotta like go follow up, or like, oh crap, I gotta go reach out. Right. And sometimes you'll see me be quiet on social media all day. It's not because I'm sitting in my house watching Netflix. It's probably because I'm in my messenger, because I know that's where lots of foundation comes from. And I like to explain, like, you posting on social media is like the frosting on the cake, right? The cake is really on the inside. The frosting is kind of just what makes it better. But the cake is you reaching out. The cake is you being in Messenger. In order to have the frosting, the posts and all that stuff, that's kind of what brings people in. That's kind of what attracts people to your product, to your opportunity, to you. And someone was messaging me yesterday about brand and about feeling a little bit overwhelmed by the brand. I want to take a picture of you guys really quick. Hold on. Okay, thanks. That didn't work. Okay, so one more time, hold on. My storage is full. So one thing I was thinking about with the brand and that I loved the other day, because someone asked, they're a little bit confused about the brand. One thing I just want you to remember about, like, you know, your brand, that's just you. That's just you being you, doing things that you like. It doesn't have to be this big thing that overwhelms you and you're like, I don't have an attractive brand. It's just you. Like, if you're funny and you like to be funny, then that's you. If you like to do, you know, like for me, I just crack jokes. It's how I like, if I'm cracking a lot of jokes, it's usually because I'm nervous.
Defense mechanism.
Yeah, it's my defense mechanism. So that's one thing I like to do on lives, is crack jokes, even if it's at myself. I don't care. That's my brand. Humor is my brand. It helps me, right? And it also, I know there's a ton of people like my lady from Dollar Tree who's like, if you don't take that damn tree down, it helps me attract other people. So don't overthink that too much. And I think just what happens sometimes with a live video is people just don't know what to talk about. They don't know how to keep it going, or they're really worried about how long they're talking. Don't overthink it. Like, in my opinion, sometimes I can go for a while. I don't even know how I can talk that much, to be honest with you. But in my opinion, like anything less than 10 minutes in between that mark is great, right? I say try to at least stay on for like 5, because you're not going to know who. Lately, it's been so weird. Like when I jump on, no one will jump on until like 2 minutes. And then when I get to 5, there's like 15 people on. And I'm like, well, now I can't jump off. Now I got to find something to talk about because there's 15 people here. But don't overthink that part. Just hop on, just do those things. And one thing I was just thinking about, and I squirreled out. It was so good. But it was about live videos. So then that way you always have you have something to direct your people to. So you think about right now, if someone asks about, what do you do? Are you typing something out? Are you having a voice memo? Or could you easily just say, hey, go to the milkshake link, click the first video, watch it, shoot me a thumbs up after you've checked it out. And it's a quick, maybe 4 or 5 minute video on you. And think about it too. When was the last time that you went on your Facebook? And don't get me wrong, you can record one if you want. I just think live video is better. It notifies your whole page that you're going live. On top of that, it gives people an opportunity to comment and ask questions if they want. When was the last time you went on there and you said, hey, I'm Nicole. I just see Nicole down there. I'm Nicole. This is what I do. I'm a mom. I love this product. It's called Thrive. Maybe give a little bit about that. I join the business. I share it because I like to get stuff for free, make extra cash. In mine, I talk a lot about like the business aspect, because that's really why I joined the business. And I joined the whole opportunity itself because I loved the business. But talk about what you're comfortable talking about. And if you did that once a week, I bet you, and I don't like to guarantee, but I bet you would have a lot of people. Hey, can I get more info on that? Hey, and think about it too. Attraction marketing is not necessarily this scary thing. Attraction marketing is just making what you do look attractive, making what you do look fun, making what you do look easy. And so if you could tell somebody who joined your business, hey, have like a 2-minute video, 3-minute video up about you. And that way, every time somebody asks about you or what you do, you just shoot them that link. That's easy. And what happens is too, I used to get really good at these. That's why I said I'm going to do mine tonight and start doing them like once every 2 weeks. But what I used to do, and I'm going to get back to it, I want to slap myself every time I say I used to do it. Like, why'd you stop, Sydney? What I used to do was every 2 weeks, I would go live at like 8:00 at night, and I would do a full opportunity live by myself, talking about me and what our company does and what our product does. And I can't tell you, every time I hopped off there, I had somebody asking about it, more than one, that I was throwing in 3-way chats with Jess. So smack myself because I don't know why I stopped doing that, but I'm gonna start doing it again because I think it's just a live video is such a great tool right now. And one of these things, I study a lot of like social media stuff, especially so that I can bring you guys information that will help you take action. That's what I want to say the most too, is if you're feeling confused, if you're feeling, I don't know where to start, just take action. That's my best tip to you. Take action. Whenever I'm feeling some type of way, I just take action because that always makes me feel better. But one of the things that was on this HubSpot, it's called HubSpot, where I get some direction. Thank you, sir. He just came and rubbed my back. Um, it was talking about how live videos are doing better than photo, especially on Facebook. And I know that's where a lot of us feel more comfortable is on Facebook. But live videos are doing great right now. They are doing great. So you think about it, if you haven't done one in a while, or if you haven't done one at all, just get on. That's my challenge to you this week. I wanted to bring a Reels challenge, but so many of you guys, I feel like you're doing really well with them. I even see some of you guys just like doing a couple a week. I love it. And I will continue to give you real sounds to keep using. But this week I was just thinking in my head, we have a promo. So it's a perfect reason for you to click the go live button. We have a big promo. You could sit there and just talk about, and one of my tips is when you get on, I still do this to this day. I don't care. It just helps me function. I will make like some jot down notes just so that I stay on task. And I'm sure that will help overwhelm you less too, because it just makes life a little easier. I try to stick to like one or two things. So if I'm going to get on and I'm going to talk about the $25 off, I was looking around because I don't have anything right here. I would one at a time or two at a time, balance and sculpt, or detox and balance. Not necessarily go and be like, okay, thank you, sir. Lotion and skincare. 1 to 2 things at a time, so you don't overwhelm yourself, but you're not also going like, it's $2 off this and it's $5 off this, and this is for 12 and this is for 15, like we're at an auction or something. You'll be able to stay more focused if you say, okay, today I'm going to talk about balance and sculpt, and I'm going to say this one is, I think it's $9 now with the inflation, sculpt, and 19. Because I had so many customers that are like, you said it was $5 on your post and it's really $8. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. So you can get on there and talk about what we have to offer, right? And this is 9, this is 19. This is what sculpt does. This is what balance does. I highly recommend using products that you have a good, tracking. I highly recommend using products that you have. Can you turn it off?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Using products that you have an experience with. So if you don't ever use the lotion, don't hop on and talk about the lotion, because you're gonna have a hard time like putting that out. I like to talk about the balance because it's an incredible product that, holy moly, for 19 bucks, anybody can take advantage of. It's so good for so many different things, digestion, even it's got fenugreek seed oil. So if you have someone who has issues with breastfeeding and producing breast milk, fenugreek seed oil helps with that. Just a really awesome product, right? But now is a perfect time for you to get out of your comfort zone with the live videos, because we have this $25 off, and you use it like it's Kohl's Cash. It's a Target gift card. It's I'm trying to think of something else similar, but I like to let people know it's money that you're going to leave sitting on the table. So why not use it? And I usually help people customize the cart. So I'll go in and I'll put the balance on auto ship. Usually I'll put the sculpt on auto ship, and then I just log out and say, hey, it's in your cart. And the gift card is enabled towards the end. So when you go live, I would recommend talking about this new promo. Rip off the Band-Aid today and say, I'm just going to go live for 5 minutes and I'm going to talk about this promo that we have going on right now. I love the business too. So I would, heck yes, tell the people that we also have a business opportunity available where you can earn up to $1,000 in free product credit if you like free things. What I try to do on live video, and I try to remember this, but sometimes I do more, is less is more. Less is more. So I try to leave them with something that will make them come ask me about it. So if I were live right now and you want to grab this lotion for free, shoot me a message and I'll get the gift card in your cart. That way they're like, okay, I got to reach out to Sydnee. Because then when, like Kristen was saying here, all in the follow-up, I have all these people that have messaged me and I know that they needed this for free. Or I know what they were interested in, and then I have them in my messenger for follow-up. But rip off that Band-Aid this week. Rip off that Band-Aid this month and start going live about things. And it doesn't always have to be Thrive. Like you can go live. I think people estimate how interesting you are. There are so many things about each and every single one of you here that you could go live about. I don't know what JoJo's doing right now, but she should be going live about it. It looks like she's feeding her dog. I'm curious what you're feeding your dog. There are so many things like that, right? Oh, wow, your dog gets the goodies. There's so many things like that that will make people's brains go, wow, that's cool. I didn't know that. Or I didn't know that about her. Or we're just a nosy society. We want to know what JoJo's putting in the bowl and giving to her dog. That's just how we are. So don't underestimate your ability to attract people. You just have to start showing up. That's what will attract people too, is if they see, like, I know for a fact, I watch Jessica's lives most of the time now because I'm always like, oh, Jessica's live again. That's fun. What's she doing? What's she talking about? Because once you start seeing somebody going consistently, what are they talking about? I want to see what they're doing. I want to know more. And especially if you're able to throw in things about life too, in the mix of your business and your opportunity, that's what will start helping each live. So like you go live about when I had Zane in school the first day and I was crying. The next day I went live about the product and it got about the same amount of views, which is great. Because then people are starting to, oh, she's live again. What's she doing? What's she talking about? So just rip that Band-Aid off, and it's not going to get any easier if you don't start. That's my best advice to you too. If you don't start, it doesn't get easier. And if you've done one reel, lives, in my opinion, are so much easier than reels because you just click it and just talk. You just click it and whatever you want to do, right? Reels, sometimes I find I'm like, oh, I got to get my mouth linked, synced up with the words and all that. So if you can do that, you're ahead of the game. Rip that Band-Aid off. And start going consistently. I think, Haas, were you going to share about your?
We're going to do that for the 4 cameras call, but
Oh,
I'll tell
really?
you've inspired me so much lately because I don't know if everybody's been paying attention. I've been going live almost every single day, and the topic changes from what's on my heart to something that happened during the day to something about the business or the promo. And I'll tell you right now, because of it, there's more trials going out for me. There's more customers being hooked because I'm consistent and I'm doing something that's drawing people to my page to give me attention, to give the product attention, and wait till today's live because it's only going to get better.
Yes. And if you're not in people's faces, how are they going to know what you have to offer? How are they going to know you have a business? How are they going to know that you have a product? I mean, that's just what I think about too. When I haven't, think about if you go a whole full 24 hours about posting stuff, and Natalie's only had her kid's baby slept all day today. And so she had the opportunity to scroll social media and you hadn't done anything. You hadn't reached out, you hadn't posted, you hadn't gone live or anything. There she goes. Tomorrow she's going to be busy, right? Sorry, he said he has one more.
I got one more thing. I know you guys can't see me, you can probably hear me, but
They can definitely hear you.
so I've always led with the product only, and having a conversation with Jessica the other day, and this month, myself personally taking it on as a business building month, I've decided to, and this has been working, I'm telling you right now, I've decided to ask them, do you want the product or do you want the product and to learn, what do you want to learn more about, the product or the product and the opportunity? If they don't know we have an opportunity, then guess what? They're not going to ask about the opportunity. They're not going to inquire about the opportunity. So if you don't tell them, hey, which one do you give them the option? Which one do you want to know more about? You're not going to, you probably can always sell them as a customer, but we're trying to build business builders this month. All right, because we want to grow the momentum, especially with the bonuses that they just launched. So think about that, okay?
There's a script for that inside the Hustle and Grow. So if you're wanting the script that he just said, there's a specific script for that in the Facebook page. You just click guides and then go down to script. And that's where I added some of the scripts that I was sharing with you this morning as well. Things that you can add to your board. Nicole said she 100% agrees, Haas. Yeah, I agree. February is going to be the ask the question month for. Why don't we just make that the theme for this team?
There you go.
Ask the questions, because that's what's going to help you really grow your business. So I hope you got a lot from this today. I am excited to see you all go live. If you feel the need to want to share it in the group chat, you can. If you want some opinions on it or some love on it, go ahead and do that, because we're a team here, and we get so proud. I get so proud when I watch you guys step out of your comfort zone, because I know that's where magic happens. So thanks for hanging out. This will be up on the YouTube channel if you want to share. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Oh, do you have a question? Or are you waving to me, JoJo?
I do.
Like you were saying, go live about anything, and it doesn't always have to be Thrive. Like me feeding my dog just a second ago. Would you say anything about the business or the product, or just keep it about the dog?
I just go with what I'm feeling at that very moment. If I'm feeling like I can slide something in, I do. Like when I dropped off Zane the other day, I started talking about, oh, and by the way, since I have all you guys here, there's a $25 promo and you can get a gift card. Just shoot me a message. I usually always throw something in just because that's who I am too. I just like to throw something in. And right now is the perfect time because you could always say, well, you guys are here, right when you have like your prime amount of people on. While you guys are here, just want to tell you really quick, there's $25 Thrive Cash, whatever you want to call it, gift cards that can be loaded to your account and get a bunch of stuff for free. Just shoot me a message. But I think for me, it's easier when I'm on there to like just throw something in, like sprinkle a little Thrive on them, Thrive glitter. I feel like you want to say something again.
I do. Jojo, you should go live right now after we get off, and you should name it, what do you feed your dogs? Or dog. You're gonna get a dog lover. You're gonna get a group of people that like dogs and they're gonna be interested in what you're feeding your dog. All right. They're gonna see the patch on your hand. So if you talk about it, cool. If you don't, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna look on your page and you're thriving grandma. They're gonna know you're thriving, babe. So don't worry about that.
That's why I tend to, when I go live, I tend to have my DFTs and stuff on here. I just got a trial out from a girl on TikTok because when I was on TikTok, she was like, what's that patch on your arm? So, I mean, as long as you're showing what you have, or maybe it's behind you or something like that, that gives people the opportunity to ask the question. But again, if they don't see you, they can't ask the question. So they got to see you. They got to be able to see what you're doing to be able to ask the question. So.
Hey, I'll do the live, but I can't do it right now. I ain't putting my makeup on or brush my hair.
Oh my God, use a filter. There's filters on Facebook.
I'm horrible with filters. I can't figure them out.
You got this. Shoot me a message. I'll show you how. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.